Hey guys, Trevor here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I went out to the LZ number 2, or what I call LZ2, and I wanted to go on a little bit of a cross-country flight to this mountain that I've seen for 10 years and never flown. Well, when I arrived at the LZ, it was quite literally snowing and the wind was gusting. I was pretty sure it was going to be one of those days where you drive out there, don't fly, and drive home, but after a little time went by, I decided to go for a bit of a test flight to see how the weather actually was. It started to calm down a little bit. It was no longer snowing, so I went for a quick test flight and realized that it was quite smooth. Like, it wasn't perfectly smooth, but it was smooth enough that I could totally fly for hours despite the fact that there is a snowstorm going on right next to me. So I land from my little test flight, which I did in literally sweats and a light jacket. Don't do it. Don't recommend it. It was under 30 degrees, even though I didn't really get cold. And I decided to go on this cross-country flight, so let me explain that one a little bit to you. I took off here at what we call LZ2, and I wanted to fly to what I believe is called West Mountain. It's about 15 miles to fly to, which is nothing for paramotor pilots. And so I took off and I started heading towards that mountain along the shoreline of Utah Lake. You can kind of see the pathway that I took to get there. This was a very fun, cold, and enjoyable flight. So let's get into the video.
Let's do this. Okay guys, I am back. We are up. I've made it to the lake. It took me way too long to get all situated, get my trims down, get my GoPro out, hit record, sync up the audio. There's just like a whole lot of stuff to do, and it's really hard to do with big gloves. We launched at 2:55. It is about 3 o'clock right now. The reason that is important is because in order to know about how long you can fly, you need to know a couple things. Number one, you need to know your launch time. Number two, you need to know your cruising RPMs. The reason you need to know those two things is because based on your cruising RPMs, you'll know about what your liters per hour burn is going to be, and mix that with what time you launched, and you can kind of figure out how much longer you have. So I launched at 2:55. Let's just call it 3 o'clock for easy math. I've got about 2 hours or more of gas in my gas tank. I launched with 10 liters, because that's the other piece that you need to know, right? Launched with 10 liters. I've got about 2 hours or more of gas in my gas tank. So, if I want to, I can go 60 miles if I'm cruising at 30 miles an hour, which I don't think I'm doing quite 30 right now. I'm actually cruising pretty slow, but my RPMs are only 5,200, which is like stupid good at 5,000 feet, which is where I'm flying at. All right, guys, well, I trimmed out and I kind of sped my way over to this mountain. We're 15 minutes into the flight, okay? I don't know why you need to know that, but it only took me 15 minutes to get here. It's only like 10 miles, which is really nothing to cover. I've never come to this mountain over here before. I caught a little bit of ridge lift off this hill. Given I'm not getting any turbulence and didn't get any turbulence on the way to the hill, there's either no rotor or I am not on the lee side. Check this out. Yes. It's not a very tall mountain. There's not a whole lot of space on it. It's not a whole lot to it, but it is one of those things that I've stared at for 10 years and always wanted to fly. Now, if you'll notice, maybe you do, maybe you don't, I'm not just like hammering down. I'm trying to baby the throttle as much as I can. I'm trying to do, honestly, as little as I possibly can with the throttle, and ride as much lift as I can to conserve fuel as much as possible. One of the little things that you could do is just try not to throttle as much as you can. You know, if you could just slowly climb to the top, slowly climb to the top. If there isn't a rush, don't rush. There's not a whole lot of snow, and I'm still surprisingly quite warm. Would be a big bummer to get cold, because it's a long ways back if you're cold. 15 minutes is a long time cold. My heated gloves are both still kicking. I can still feel the warmth. I'm really taking my time, guys. I'll walk you through a little bit of what I'm thinking. You know, my motor is not hitting full 8,500 RPM, so the difference between 75 and 85 is very noticeable. And so I'm really taking my time to get close to the mountain because I don't want to ever find myself in a situation where my only exit is in the side of the hill. And also really wanting to be cautious of potential rotor. So if you notice, I have given myself quite a bit of distance from me to the hill. That's so that I have time to think and I can kind of start to feel if I'm itching into rotor before I'm like fully sent into the rotor. Once I've kind of peaked the mountain like I'm doing right now, I can start to work a little bit closer. I see a telephone, I assume a telephone or radio tower over here. There's probably wires coming off of that tower. I don't want to go near it. There could be telephone poles, you know, bringing power up to it, which would mean I don't want to go, you know, don't want to fly into those, and I'm not going to be able to see them very well. So the first thing is going to be to try and identify some telephone poles, which I do see one already. No, I don't. I don't see one. Now I see one. Now I see two. Now I see three. First, kind of identify where they are, where their path is, and then stay as far away from that as possible. There's a little building up here. This is so cool. There's like a cloud kind of sort of hanging out. Like I totally have visibility. I don't know if the camera is as visible as I am, but I can see just fine. And definitely flying through some mild snow / rain here, which is super cool. Now I can't go too far that way. I don't want to go too far that way because there is airspace over there that I am not wanted in and don't want to be in. So we're just going to take our time, cruise back this way. And just kind of check out this mountain a bit. Oh yeah, just a bit of a winter wonderland up here. In a bit of snow. This is so cool. Again, taking it super cautiously. Don't want to encounter any rotor. Maybe you don't want to hear what I'm thinking. Maybe you do. Maybe you just want me to hang out like a normal person. But that's what's going through my mind. There's not a whole lot of snow up here. I guess I expected there to be like a ton of snow on the ground because it's kind of been a snowstorm-ish. The babyest little snowstorm I've ever seen. But I guess I expected to see something more up here than I'm seeing. More snow, at least. Can't wait to explore these hills. This is totally fly camping area. Like, I'm totally coming back over here and fly camping. One of the things that I love with fly camping is being able to see sunrise and sunset. Here in Utah, depending on where you camp, you won't be able to see both. And up here, I think you could see both, which is super sick. Another spot to add to our fly camping experience, part of the advanced training. Look at this. It's so cool. Look at this. Oh, dude, it's like, I feel like I'm on a ski lift, you know, like just going up, waiting. Like I'm sitting here doing nothing, getting cold, ski poles under my leg, because that's kind of what it feels like. Ski boots, even though these are just regular boots. I'm just waiting to hit some of that powder. Oh, dude, this is so slick. This is so slick. Let's see real quick while I have a second. I'm going to try and take a peek here. I'm at 6,900 feet. Going 31 miles an hour. I've been gone for 28 minutes. Well, it's 3:28 right now, so it's only been just over a half hour since I left my LZ. So it's crazy, you know, in a half hour I could travel all the way over here and make it to the top of this mountain. I'm gonna cruise my way down, and I'd keep going. There's a big mountain over there that I really want to explore, but I'm definitely gonna get cold. I can already feel it starting to come on. Ooh, my fingers are gonna start getting cold here soon. I can feel it in my left hand. This is so pretty. This is so cool. Oh man. This is so sick. I'm so coming back here to explore every inch of this mountain. Let's hit this ridge right here. This is my favorite thing, boys, is to find a ridge and just slowly slide my way down it. To me, it's the most, like, bird-like feeling ever, is just to, like, come flying right over the edge and just watch the ground disappear. Oh, it brings out the evil laugh, dude. It's so good. So good. Oh, yeah, look at this. This is so sick. Left hand definitely getting really cold here. So we're gonna beeline it back as soon as we are down at the bottom. I'm thinking getting out of this rainy snow is gonna make me a lot warmer. Hard part with getting cold is it's really hard to get warm again. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Look at all those, like, veins of the mountain. What up, bird? I'm gonna do a few finger pumps here with my left hand. Oh, yeah, dude. That was so fun. All right, I'm gonna try and warm up my fingers here. Press them into that heating pad. And we're gonna start cruising our way back. Alrighty, guys, I have made it back near my LZ. The time, for reference, is 3:47. So it's been almost an hour now since we launched. I peaked at my gas, and we've got tons and tons and tons of fuel. So I'm not worried about fuel. I just was trying to get a little peek on my truck there. I still see it, which is at least a good sign in itself. Back in the foothills, off exploring some more. Look at this, guys. There's like red rock. I don't get it. There's like red and yellow-ish rock here for some reason. And I don't ever see anybody over here like working. It's looked like this for a long time now, and I don't understand what it is. If you know what's going on here, hit me in the comments section and tell me, because me and a few of my homies have really been wondering like why this is like this. Don't know what this is. Maybe it's an experiment gone wrong, and they're just hoping that nobody notices it because it's kind of tucked out of the way. But whatever it is, it kind of looks cool. It's definitely out of place here, but it looks cool, that's for sure. Can't see any rock there, but it's purple. There it is. Yeah, that's funky. Look at this, guys. Chasing through the roads. This is so sick. Oh, yeah. Out in the outdoors. Ain't nothing around but me and my flying machine. Nobody to bother me. Oh, guys, check this out. Look, I found a camper lost in the woods. Now they're living it up. That's what I want to be doing right now. Look at that. Out here, middle of absolutely nowhere. I mean, we are the definition of, like, out here. Like, you would not want to pull that camper out there. That is way the heck out here. Well, guys, we have made it back to the truck, back to the LZ. Let's see what that wind is doing. I don't want to be landing downwind. Is that windsock even moving? I don't think that windsock's even moving. This might be a bit of a hot landing, so we'll see how she does. Well, let's see how this Warp 1 does trim neutral here. Or trimmed all the way down, excuse me. It is muddy, and I do not want to fall on my face. So let's see how this goes. Oh, we're gliding, we're gliding, we're gliding, we're gliding. My landing gear forgot how to work. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We are down, man. We are down. Oh, my legs are cold as could be. Hey guys, we have now landed. I have really cold feet. Almost uncomfortably cold. I'm thinking I'm going to start the truck as soon as I'm done filming and blast the feet warmer thing, take my boots off, put my shoes back on. Anyways, my feet definitely are cold, okay? Let's take a look at some numbers here because they're going to be important tomorrow when I compare it to a Dudek Warp 2, which I'm very excited to do. So I am about probably 120 kg all the way up with all the ski gear and boots and stuff like that. Flying an 18-meter Warp 2 Limitless Paramotor with a 185 and a 140 E-Prop, okay? We launched with roughly 10 liters of fuel, and we flew for an hour and 12 minutes. We are now at just over 5.5 liters, meaning we burned 4.5 liters in an hour and 12 minutes. Let's talk about some of the stats for all of you that care. Here was our flight path. We launched on the other side, flew all the way up and around. Yeah, you guys can stop the video and look at that if you want to. We reached a top speed of 44 miles an hour. We went 36.4 miles, guys. That's pretty good, 36.4 miles. To me, that just crosses the my consideration of cross country. 30 miles is kind of like my minimum, like, okay, you were cross country, and 50 miles is like really you were kind of cross countrying. Hour and 12 minutes is what we flew. We went an average of 29 miles an hour, max of 44 miles an hour. Max climb was 4.3 meters a second. Max sink was 8.6. We gained 8,549 feet total. And we went positive 1.7 Gs. All the stats for you guys that care. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Take care.